Hello, everyone. Welcome to the lab today. So today I'm probably gonna go through some very basic information because I think I need to get these like fundamental basic theories done on the channel, so that way it will be easier for like any possible coaching project that I was doing to like have just like an index of all the basic knowledges. So tonight's topic, as everyone have already seen on the thumbnail, it's about everything that people have seen for like probably half years at the for the past half years. It's fiber and Auroradon. It's everything you may or may not know about Christian Halqifibrax and methamphetamine B's Auroradon. So without further ado, let's just start with some like the very basic things since these two cards were out. Fiber was a card that was in OCG, uh, came out late 17, landed to TCG around like late March 2020, along with Auroradon. It was I think late 2019 for OCG, and we got TCG got it at the same time with Fiber. So essentially, here I'm going to show you what a single fiber can do. By the time when I record this video, the shooter has banned, but don't worry about it. It's just a simple way to get to fiber. You can use any possible ways to get to fiber, with some very minor limitation to start, like tonight's topic, because some combo require you have to start with just synchron, because you need to go through the link retrieval for in the middle, like one of the steps in the middle of the combo. But at the same time, there's also other combos require you um, not starting with just synchron. So just to make sure it's like it looks the same, I'm using Armageddon I was Destrudo. Just ignore this part. All you need to know is get to a fiber. So fiber will get out 0-1. This is the very day zero combos, the very basic one. Um, where you fiber out a 0-1 and use the two link cross token into formula marcher, the marcher bring back formula. Uh, then next one, you go into the barricade board. This barricade board, in like almost all the combos, not all of them, but majority of them can be replaced by a second fiber. Just barricade is another thing like you can make because it's also a machine, and that's why it's being there. In some decks where like Inferno, where you don't really have place to like, we don't really have space to put both fiber or double fiber and a barricade, or instead you just prefer to have two fiber. Sometimes two fiber is better, but fiber could just get banned by the time you're watching this video, or fiber could just get limited by the time you're watching this video. If you get banned, you're probably not clicking the video, right? So however, the one thing is this part of the combo, like before you get to Auroradon, when you do fiber summon out a level 1, which is a machine, then going to cross, then to formula marcher, this whole step could be skipped. The real, like, you can really just go fiber summon out 0-1 into Auroradon because these two both machine. By doing this extra step with uh cross, formula, marcher, and a barricade or a second fiber, you essentially just drew another card. You got a free card of the formula by spending 4 more spots in the extra deck. So once, if you are watching this video while link cross is completely gone, you can just ignore this part. You can just go straight from fiber 0-1 into Auroradon. So let's just continue. Get to Auroradon. Auroradon will give you a bunch of tokens. Like this is also another card that could potentially get banned while when you're watching this video. So let's just wait until see what Konami really do. Auroradon gonna summon 3 tokens on summon and will trigger 0-1 because 0-1 will activate if there's 2 or more machines being summoned at the same time. The next is just a bunch of synchro plays. This very basic one is just the most generic, most standard ending board, Savage Arclight. So this route, you start with a single fiber. The ending board gets you Savage and Arclight, and you drew one of the Formula Synchron. This is this small part. It's the very day zero version of this combo, and actually got updated once to responding to like hand traps or interruptions better. And like I will go through it uh, in the next one. So just remember, this is the most basic thing for this combo for Fiber Aurora. All right, let's start with the second one. This is the evolved version of the last one. Same thing, you start with a fiber, then you're gonna summon out a different monster this time. You're gonna summon out the O-line, which in the last combo in the previous version, the O-line was not summoned until you get to Auroradon. You summon it with Auroradon effect. Here, you're just gonna straight summon the O-line. Then going to cross. This part is what like how majority of this fiber or synchron decks are playing right now, because this is like a good way to dodge Nibiru. So as you see here, you have a Marcher as level 3, an O-line that you actually didn't activate its effect, and plus a level 1 token. So here, you can force out your opponent's Nibiru, because if they don't, you're just going to straight go into an Arclight, then go into a Barricade. Then now it will trigger the O-line. So essentially, the main difference for this combo is because Link Cross existing, therefore you can do some synchro plays and summon out the Arclight before Auroradon. So if anything, any interruption happen, you can maybe find like enough extenders going to blocker plus another token into Auroradon again. And Auroradon just gonna summon out your second O-line to make a Savage. See, this, like the ending board is the same, except you don't go through Formula Synchron again. You don't go through Formula Synchron, therefore you don't have the additional draw during the combo. However, because this combo, you get to put out an Arclight before your Auroradon. So it actually has like a slightly better resistance to any possible hand traps. This is like, as if I use OCG terms, it's actually slightly using the principles of a 3-axis synchro, which I'll be cover in this video later. And yeah, this is how like majority of the synchron decks are played. Like Synchron Outlich is using this combo. This is one of their primary combos now. By the time this video is being recorded, and unfortunately, if Link Cross getting banned with the next coming lists, this combo will not be available because you will no longer have enough tokens to synchro summon Marcher and Arclight before your Auroradon. You're just forced to like do the previous one. So, but by the time we still don't know how the balance is gonna be, so just wait. But the principle is there. All right, next. Next one is a very early age combo where people tried at the very beginning just to test out how Fiber Aurora could deviate into different kind of forms. This combo will require you to start with Jet Synchron, because you will see in a minute. So when you get to Link Cross, instead of doing any synchro play, you'll Link Creeble one of the Link level 1 token back. So because this token usually cannot be used as link material, but if you Link Creeble it, you essentially just turn this token into a possible link material now. The difference is just you have to start with Jet Synchron or any other level 1 before you get to Fiber and Cross, because otherwise you won't have a Link Creeble indicator. Then going to Barricade Blocker, as I said at the beginning, because using 0-1 and Link Cross, so this could just be replaced by a second Fiber. Auroradon will summon 3 tokens, and remember you still have the level 1 token on the field. Will also trigger 0-1. So you will get to this board where you have 2 tuners and 3 tokens. The next part is where this combo like specialized. You're gonna draw quite a lot from this combo. Because first you synchro some library, then use 2 level 1 into a formula. Here you'll already draw 2 from both the library and the formula. Going to another synchro summon 2-3 into 5, draw you another one. Then 5-3 into 8, draw you another one. So uh, this combo essentially, it starts with the same thing, and you get to draw 4 during the middle of the combo. However, instead of ending with Arclight along with the Savage, you don't have the Arclight anymore. You end it with the Librarian. This is like a combo that's kind of already being outdated by the time this video is being recorded, and it was just a good try from at the early age when people were not exactly sure what the combo should be. So this was like a good attempt. The combo was still like decent enough to get like recorded kind of, but overall like you have only 1 interruption. It's true you have 4 more cards, but these 4 more cards don't necessarily guarantee being more interruptions. Uh, and you also don't have protection compared to the second combo I just showed, where you can make Arclight before Auroradon. This combo, you just have to hope everything goes through because your interruption was literally your last summon. So yeah, that's why this combo is like slightly worse than everything else, even it draws more. Alright, the next is another like kind of fundamental combo right now. Am I bugging? Cool. So this combo, I'll set 4 from my opponent's side first, just to show you what's the other like potential thing for all the combo pieces in this combo can do. Same thing, you get to start with a fiber, and fiber out 0-1. Pretty much the tuners you can possibly summon in this fiber Aurora combo is just between 0-1, just Synchron, or O-Line. It's usually just only these 3. No other exceptions. Because first of all, you need a machine to go into an Auroradon. Second, all 3 of them treat as like 2 monsters because they either like revive itself or generate a token. And not many other tuners fiber can summon can really do that. Like the ones that's even more free that generates more monsters has already got banned. So yeah, let's just continue to go back to this combo. So similar thing, you get to cross, get to formula, then bring the marcher, then bring the formula back. You can completely like I said earlier in one of the combo, you can completely just skip this whole part as well, because all it really do is generate you 1 more card. Like Eldritch, or as you said earlier before I started this replay, it's the VFD combo. There's a short period of time before Forbidden Droplet came out. Eldritch was actually using this combo because VFD has almost no answer to it. And but now since Droplet become a thing and just single card handle VFD, this combo is losing the popularity in Eldritch versions. However, dinosaurs are using the same idea because I think just Archosaur plus Baby, you can already make a Doka while doing the same combo. If I remember correct, I think that some people played it in the Invitational a couple weeks ago. And however, the Dino version, since it takes more extra death spaces, they just completely skip this link cross part because it only generates you 1 more card, but you get to save about like 3 to 4 spaces in the extra deck. So you get to Auroradon. Like I said earlier, you can just completely go from Fiber 0-1 into Auroradon and skip everything else. And this is where the combos start to summon like some weird synchros that people may not really 100% familiar with. You start with Garden Rose Maiden. It has no effect in this version. It's being played and abused more in the Dragon Link decks, but that's not the topic today. You synchro summon for Garden Rose Maiden into Coral Dragon by using a Garden Rose Maiden. Coral Dragon has a effect where once per turn you can discard one to pop a card on the field. So we're gonna pop the first card. Then when Coral Dragon get when Coral Dragon when the synchro summon Coral Dragon gets sent to graveyard, you also get to draw a card. And when like Vermilion is on the field, you can banish a tuner in the graveyard, which you have a lot in the graveyard. You can pop another card on the field. And now it's when we start using the Golden Rose Maiden that we sent to graveyard earlier. Because this monster has a weird effect. It says you can banish yourself from the graveyard to revive either a Rose Dragon or a Dragon Synchro monster in the graveyard. And surprisingly, Core Dragon is a dragon. And the Core Dragon's pop effect, the Synchro effect is once per turn, but the pop effect isn't. So you get to have another pop. And now you're going to Synchro summon for another level Knight, which is Croco Dragon. Croco Dragon on summon will draw you another card. And Croco Dragon also has a pop effect where you pitch 2 to pop any card on the field. So this whole combo, while going second before you make a VFD, has ability to pop up to 4 cards on the field. However, realistically, this barely happens, only because if you're really staring at 4 possible back rows from your opponent, they better be at least 1 or 2 of them be real, right? And if either like 1 or 2 of them being a real trap, your combo probably won't get that far. So therefore, this like the popping really barely happens. It can happen when imagine you start as like your Fiber Aurora. At one point, you get like you get impermed, and now you have the ability to chain like a reboot to set their imperm, and your opponent will most likely set like a second imperm to the board. And at this point, you will have some ability to clear these imperms while you finishing your turns. So that's a possible thing. And at the end of the combo, you drew 3, one from the formula, but that's completely skippable. So it's at least 2 cards, one from Coral Dragon and one from the Croco Dragon that's underneath VFD. And you end with VFD. Uh, it's a single fiber, draw 3, and it was a VFD, and potentially able to pop 4 on the field. So, yeah, this is another like this one, the VFD combo, and the like evolved Savage Arclight are the 2 most abused combo, most like being played combos in the current format while this video is being recorded. And next, I'm just gonna go dive into some more archetype specific combos. Start with some Inferno Knights. So this is like one of the standard Inferno Knight combos where uh, if whoever's watching not 100% with 100% familiar with Inferno Knight, it sounds like it's a warrior deck. However, it's really just another fiber Auroradon deck. If that explains like the basic thing. So just because it's a fiber Auroradon deck, not really a warrior deck, this fiber part, this whole like Charles Roland, like the part of the deck, can actually being abused in like a different engine in different decks. Because you can play the same thing, you can just play one extra smoke grenade in like a synchron outreach deck and perform this route of synchro summon this way. So let's just start with the combo. You fiber out Jessynchrome. This is one of those combo where you just forced to not start with Jessynchrome. So that's probably the reason why like a lot like Outreach were not really able to abuse it, because they rely to start with Jessynchrome, using Jessynchrome to make fiber. However, uh, that still proves they have the potential to just do this one. So you get to blocker or second fiber, then you straight bring the jetpack. Now you have two machines again, while keeping the link cross tokens. So here, this is like a typical like midpoint where you just have Auroradon and 5 tokens, 2 level 1s and 3 level 3s. Keep going to O-line, synchro summon to Marcher. Marcher bring back O-line, then O-line summon another token. One of the other combo where when you do Marcher target O-line, you actually don't like summon the token just to prepare like for Nibiru. However, here you can't argue as like, yeah, let's just not activate O-line because we could bring it back. But think about it, if your opponent really have Nibiru, they would probably use it already. They would not just like watching you do even more and potentially risk you summon into something that can activate that benefit on summon, right? It will probably just better to Nibiru while you have Auroradon and 5 tokens. So at this point, you can already almost tell saying it's safe to assume your opponent don't have Nibiru, so it doesn't really matter if you activate the O-line or not when sent to give you the first time. Same for Roland. Roland is another card that has a very interesting effect. It says on summon, it activates the effect, but it doesn't resolve until the end phase. Just because of that, it has some very special rulings on it, where if you resolve the whole effect, it says during the end phase, you send an equip spell from your deck to graveyard, then add a warrior from your deck to hand. However, because it doesn't resolve on summon, it resolves at the end phase, you can activate this card in like a lot of weird situation. You can activate this card when you don't even have any equips in the deck, you can still activate it. It's just at the end phase will resolve with nothing. Same case if you summon it on summon, you have no warrior or no equips left, you can still activate it. And during the end phase, since it's already activated, it will resolve or try to resolve as much as it can. So at the end phase, uh, even you don't have a warrior in the deck, you will still be able to send the equip because sending the equip is the first part of the when you're resolving it effect. Then you add a warrior. The effect will still try to resolve as much as it can. So even you are splash this engine into a different deck and not having any warrior in it, as long as you still have the smoke grenade to mail, you get what you want. And synchro summon into Savage, and then synchro summon into Charles. See this part, this whole combo, we haven't really used anything Noble Knight related from the main deck. The only thing Noble Knights were just rolling Charles from your extra deck, but they both generic monster. So it really doesn't even matter what, like, are you really playing a Infernoble deck? The downside, or really shouldn't call it downside, or the special part is you have to play a smoke grenade from the deck for this combo to really work. Because you want to mill it, then you equip it with Charles. Also, Charles equipping from the graveyard, like you're able to equip the smoke grenade. The equipping from the warrior from the deck is also another optional effect, so you can choose not to activate it because you, if you splash this into other decks, you don't have any warriors or fire warriors specifically for this one. This engine, it's a single fiber, gives you smoke grenade, check their entire hand, rip one, plus savages and the gate, plus Charles, while your opponent's turn roll and get re-equip it to it. That's a pop. I think I will actually show it here. You rip one. My opponent activates pot agree, I'll just negate it. Then he set another pot agree, I'll just pop it. Yeah, you know the pot agrees. This is how many interrupts you get. A single fiber gets you one negate, one pop, and rip one, plus the information check. And you still have like 3 cards left in the hand while doing the combo. So this is, like I said at the very beginning for this combo, this does look like an Infernoble combo, but it's really like a generic Fiber Aura. So let's just start, well, since I already started with Infernoble, right? Let's just dive into more specific Infernoble. That's a glitch. Alright, it's a more specific Infernoble now, because we are doing, where summoning is sold. However, this is not an Infernoble video, it's more about Fiber Aurora. Why I'm bringing out this? Because this is sold, gonna mill 2, and summon a level 2 warrior tuner. This setup, as I call it, is a fundamental start point of how 3x synchron were played in OCG, where all you need to do is get to a link 2 that's not needle fiber plus a level 2 tuner. At this point, you can do a lot of crazy things. You're going to cross summon 2 tokens. Usually, you will do some synchro plays now and then force like a Marcher Arclight, but in Infernoble specifically, it's different. I can go into Fiber, then go into Auroradon, go into the board like you just saw. Then there's this. Then this is another like deviation from like the previous Infernoble combo, where this combo will do some even crazier things. It's the draw 6 combo. You summon O-Line, then summon Librarian on the top. Do some Infernoble combos. So then you keep Synchro. Library will draw 1, Formula will draw 1, so that's 2 draws already. Keep Synchro into Marcher. Marcher gonna bring back Formula, then Library gonna draw you another card, that's the 3rd draw. Synchro summon to 5, 4th draw. Synchro into Savage, I think that's the 5th draw. And by the time, like since you draw 5 already, you're gonna see like a level 1 extender. If you see like a level 1 non-tuner, you summon it. Then you can make an Arclight. That's a 6th draw. And Arclight will become a tuner because they use Marcher as the material. Then you can go into Charles. So this combo is another like a standard version of how should I say it? An Infernoble combo while using 3-axis, the principle of 3-axis synchro, and it's just another like more specific deviation of Fiber Aurora. And this combo will give you draw 6, negate 1, and rip 1 plus pop 1. like you see, if I just keep everything, I have to even discard like 4 or 5 cards at the end. So yeah, so now since I started a little bit more about like 3-axis synchro, I'll just go like dive into it. There are essentially 3 different decks or 3 different possible ideas that use this like basic start setup, where the one you just saw was an Infernoble. You get to Isolde plus a level 2 Warriors tuner. The same logic is played in Dragon Link right now, where if you use any dragon that treats 2 dragons, you go into Romulus, and Romulus will grab you Lance equipped Phalanx, and that's another. You'll see the board. You get to a non-fiber link 2 plus a level 2 tuner. Then go into Cross. The next is this is what one of the current Dragon Links are playing. And essentially the core idea for this setup, non-fiber link 2 plus level 2, makes you able to synchro summon into Marcher, then synchro summon into Arclight before you make fiber. So it's like a very good like either bait or force hand traps before you can guarantee your combo go through. It's a very good, very kind of even annoying setup if you're the opponent's side, because when Arclight's on the field, like Vader, Ogre cannot even be activated, and you're kind of forced to Nibiru before Arclight even landed to the board. And Imperm just gonna be like a trade to the Arclight, so does Ash or any other hand traps. And once you get to the fiber, you get to summon a tuner. I'm using Jet for this one. And Aurora, I'm gonna summon all the tokens. See, at this point, you have 3 or up to 3 non-tuners plus Jet, and Aurora will able to give you an O line by most likely attributing itself and either something else. So you can end with a lot of things from this point. You can go with like um you can possibly go with like a Savage or Charles, more Arclights, different kind of things. Uh, Starting at this point, it really just go like depends on what you really want to end it with, because the starting point is the same, and it really depends on like what kind of extra deck you have, what kind of ending board you want to have. It will differ based on like what your game plan is. At this point, like I'm just showing the standards. Like you can really just start to brainstorming what can you really do at this point, because there are quite a lot of like possible routes, and like the first couple of videos you saw are also just like part of another extension from this board. And like now I covered Romulus and Isolde, and there's the last one, which is the fan favorite, the BA cards. So once you get to any two level 3, get to Cherubini. Cherubini able to mill Carbonodon, and Carbonodon will able to banish itself to summon out Galaxy Serpent. By the time this video is recording, Phantom Rage hasn't released in TCG, but it has been released in OCG. And this is like another idea where they're using, where how OCG people are abusing the new PK cards from Phantom Rage, the new Phantom Knights cards from Phantom Rage for like this combo. So we don't know if Link Cross gonna survive by the time we get it. Well, even now, this is still like a very good setup. Worst case, it gets you fiber here, right? Without Link Cross. But since we do have Link Cross, then you can just go Link Cross token, do Synchro some plays like the one you saw earlier. Cherubini has just no difference compared to the last one, like either Isolde or Romulus. Also, just to mention it, you're not limited to summon Jet, because 001 is also a good target to summon with Fiber, because it also comes out the second you make Auroradon. So yeah, so this is just a standard opening, and that's at this point it's really just you brainstorming what kind of ending board you want that's most effective to the meta, and this just could be anything because like we know synchro summons it's just infinite possibilities. So yeah, this is just the basics I want to cover for this first video. It's really just how Fiber Aurora, like Fiber cross Auroradon, are in my opinion, one of, or maybe not even one of, the best cards existing around like um, during the summer 2020 period. It made combo decks significantly more powerful than the control decks in the meta, and those cards probably gonna get addressed in like the very incoming ban lists. However, by the time we still have it, it's like almost a requirement to anyone who want to compete in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, and to know like what these cards do, what can they do. Like once you know what they can do, it will be better for you to like know where or what's the better way to even stop them or counter them. So yeah, this is just the very first, like I'll say, everything you want to know about fiber and Auroradon. So if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe to the channel, and follow my Twitch and join my Discord. Links will be down in the description. So I guess that's today. In the next episode, I'll probably cover something about how to, or cover things that in general stopping combos, which are hand traps. So I guess until next time, see everyone in the lab. See ya.